Alright guys, so here it goes. This is my first time painting automotive paint. This is my first time painting car parts. So I've done a little bit of body work in the past, but I was a little bit nervous. I've done some industrial painting. As you can see, I'm in a pretty nice paint booth here, but I'm just setting my gun up the way I would normally paint, and I'm not sure if that's right or not, but here I am laying down some primer. It seemed to lay down pretty good. I probably didn't put it on quite as thick on the first coat as I should have, but like I say, I wasn't really comfortable with the paint at first, so I just didn't want to overdo it. And I probably should have hit the parts that I had Bondo on a little bit harder than I did, because I ended up having a little bit of that show through at the very end. So as you can see right there at the very front of that hood, you can see where the Bondo is. And then if you're looking at it from the front, the back left corner there had some Bondo as well. It was folded over too. So I pulled it out and patched it up, sanded it down the whole nine yards. And then here we are. So this was kind of a budget deal, and I didn't paint the inside of this hood, so I just tried to get underneath, and I tried to get the edges as best as I could, but I really just kind of had to work with the amount of material I had. I literally used every last drop of color that I had. So here is the fender and the mirror cover. I had one spot on this fender, as you can see, that I burned through. I was going to take it all down with 400, and as soon as I put that 400 grit paper on there, I burned right through that E-coat. So you live and you learn. I just hit the rest with red Scotch-Brite. I wasn't going to prime it at first, but then we ran into the bodywork issues, and that's when we decided to lay this primer down. So he had to come out of pocket an extra $50 for the primer, and it is what it is. But it's going to have a lot better adhesion now that we use this primer. This primer is a Upol, and I can't remember the exact type of Upol it was, but I mixed it a 4:1 to 2, so I reduced it quite a bit, and this acted more as a sealer. You could also use that primer as a high build if you don't reduce it. Now, as you can see, the primer is looking pretty good. This is after 2 coats of primer. I've got my color in the gun now, making some adjustments. But that primer covered up all of that Bondo. Now I also took the 400 and a red Scotch-Brite after the primer. Hindsight, I probably should have hit it with some 320 or even some 220. But like I said, this is a budget deal. This is really just a favor for a friend, and I couldn't see any of that Bondo through this second coat of primer, so I thought I was good. But we ended up having a little bit of badger's ass at the end of this deal, so I don't think he's going to be too upset about it. But you know, I like putting out a good product, so it is what it is, I guess. Now this is a matrix So I used the matrix. I had the matrix color mixed up and used a matrix base coat and then the matrix universal clear coat as well. So like I said, same deal with this base coat. I really was just trying to be careful not to run anything. I'm not familiar with this paint, so I didn't put it on real thick this first go around. But I knew I was going to come back for a second coat and probably should have come back for a third. But like I said, I used every last drop of that color. So right here you can see some of the light kind of cloudy spots. But I'll come back on the second coat and clear all that up. Make sure I hit all these edges. Alright, so this is the final coat of clear. So I kind of fast forwarded it. I didn't get a lot of good footage. This camera mount that I'm wearing didn't get a very good angle. It doesn't straighten the camera all the way out, so it's kind of pointing downwards. I'm gonna have to get a different mount, maybe for my head or something like that. But this clear laid out really nicely. I was really impressed with this matrix, and I plan on using it again. Now the Upol primer I was really impressed with as well. It came out when it was wet looking real orange peely, but it laid down super flat. And like I said, if I could go back, I'd probably hit it with something a little bit heavier than what I did. Like I said, I just did the 400 and the Scotch-Brite. I think most of the orange peel is in this clear. I think if he polishes this down, it's going to look really good. Alright, so this is pretty much wrapping it up. Like I said, this is the Matrix Universal Clear Coat. I'm really glad I got to try it out. I was really impressed with it, and I think a lot of this orange peel that you can see through here is going to buff out and look really nicely once he gets it on the car. So if you guys have any tips or tricks or comments or concerns, let me know. This is my first job. I've done some body work and I kind of know what I'm doing in the way of that, but you know, I'll take anything I can get because I'm looking to take on some more of these jobs in the future. So just let me know what you guys thought about the overall product. I got a little bit of a end result here. I'll post a picture up here too, and kind of give you guys an idea of what it looked like at the end of the day. So thanks for watching, guys, and let me know how you like this video. If I've got a lot of feedback on this, I'll do some more. Thank you.